Welcome back to Miss Joan Uncut with me, your host, Miss Joan, back with another video. Cause baby, today it went down. Okay. I want to first thank all my new subscribers and my day one subscribers. I definitely just want to always give y'all guys a shout out because if it wasn't for y'all uplifting comments, even some of you asshole comments, I probably wouldn't be doing this, but you guys are awesome and I want to thank you so much. So, you know how we do over here. We do not by any means participate, we only spectate, okay, in the drama. We don't do that. And you know how we do, we get right into it, baby. Let me tell you something. Today I was not expecting what I expected. So today we'll be discussing two lives. It starts off with AT2. He went live this afternoon, and then following, or this evening, then following came Cat Medusa. We're going to start off with AT2. So pretty much his live started off where he went live because Messy, she was live and she was doing her commentary and she was using AT2's content, and he came live because I'm pretty sure Messi was probably trashing him because I know they have their beef, and he decided to be petty and he said it as soon as he got on live, like, I'm gonna drain her chat. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be a petty live and I am here for it. Okay. So then once he does that, he just goes to explain about how, like, you know, he don't really mention her, he don't bother with her, but yet she keeps talking about him. So as it's going and he's discussing, yes, he was dragging her, did not hit the panel. Now look, a lot happened, so I'm going through my notes quick, so keep up. All right. So then did not hit the panel because he's inside, he's in AT2's chat, and I guess his comments are being deleted. So he hits the panel to just address and say that, you know, my comments are being deleted, but he's not taking it personal. But do not, if you're hitting the panel to let the content creator know or the host know that your comments are pretty much being deleted, that's the opposite of not taking it personal. But I digress. Right? So then we're going to go to my girl, Melanie Jones. Let me tell y'all, shout out to Melanie Jones. Now, sis, you cool. You know, I rock with you. But you know, if you jump up on a piano and get into some shit, I'm going to have to talk about it. But I got you, though. So my girl, Melanie Jones, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to her. Her lives be good, y'all. I'm telling you, like, she be dragging. She has a whole thing. She does voices. I know movie lines like crazy. That's all. I can recite so many movies, and she does the same thing, and she do the voices. Please check her out. Okay, shameless plug. So she jumps on a panel because now I'm gonna just give you a quick rundown. Okay, we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. So she goes up because lately there's been a beef between Nomad's Journey, I believe his other name is Crypto Gaming, and Cat Medusa and SIPP. So just to give you a quick, Melanie gets on a panel because she was explaining the situation to AT2, and she believes that there's pretty much like a misunderstanding. So supposedly back in November, SIPP Cat was on a panel. I guess they were beefing with Nomad Journey, and allegedly, because honey, it's a lot behind it, a lot of mix up, clearly. SIPP called Nomad's child a monkey baby. Okay, child, a monkey baby. Now, this is what he has believed. So just to give you a flashback, yesterday, prior to the lives today, you know, Nomad went up on Cat Medusa's panel, and, you know, they talked about it. And so I came in at the point where he was pretty much asking, you know, saying, you called my kid a monkey baby. And so then SIPP goes, did you hear me like exactly say, right, monkey baby? And child, this is when I knew like something's off, right? Nomad goes, well, I believe you did. And they're like, no, did you actually hear me say it? And Nomad goes, No, but I believe you did. You get where y'all get where I'm coming, right? He's not sure himself. Because Sip says, I ain't gonna lie, it was funny. It tickled me. It tickled me. I ain't gonna lie. He goes, why would I call your baby a monkey baby when I could call her a baby monkey? Yo. I'm like, yo, that's true. Like, nobody would call somebody baby a monkey baby. They call him a baby monkey. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm probably gonna laugh a lot through this because today was so funny and so good. So then he just kept saying believe, and that's when I knew. I'm like, you know what? I don't know if he's really quite sure what he heard, because now the word is Muppet. It's Muppet. So I'm like, now y'all changing words. But I really feel like with Nomad, no disrespect, sir, no disrespect, I come at peace. I feel like even if he didn't hear it, when he kept saying the word he believed, he's convinced he heard it, hun. He's convinced. There's nothing nobody can say. Okay? There is nothing nobody can say. That man thinks he heard it. He feels he heard it. Then he heard it. And this is where we at. So I just wanted to give y'all a little touchdown on that one. So then we go on to, right? So after Melanie, she explains it, she was just pretty much saying like, look, maybe they need to discuss this off, the panel, off the YouTube. So then Donat decides to hit the panel once Melanie left the panel, right? So now he wants to address Melanie, right? He's just like, you don't have to tell people you don't like me. I already know, and pretty much just started going on about, I guess, how Melanie has been very expressive and letting Donat know, like, she does not like him. So once Donat jumps up there and he goes, Melanie jumps back up there and she pretty much goes in on his ass, child. Like, she just let into him. She pretty much addressed him about how it's not that she has issues with anybody. She just don't like him specifically. Like, she just don't care for Donat. And pretty much he just gonna have to just, I guess, get over it. Right. So then it goes on to, like, she did make a point, right? She goes to say like how pretty much she don't understand why, like, how he's friends with AT2 because of how he did AT2 dirty. He had the interview with AT2's aunt. I remember that more than once, and how he dogged them out. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I was confused to see them too cool, because I'm like, when did this shit happen? Because I could not personally be friends with anybody who calls up my family member and interview them and dog me out. It's to the dirt. Okay? It is to the dirt with me. You know what I'm saying? You better get the dodging and moving real quick. Okay? So she definitely had a point on that one. I definitely agree with that. But then it goes on to what Donat calls Melanie masculine. Child, one thing you don't never want to do as a black man, or just as a man, or just as a person, is call a black woman masculine or a woman masculine or aggressive. And he did exactly that. And he had this very calm demeanor, and Melanie just turned up. And it's very insulting. It is very insulting, because I was in the chat and I dropped down and was like, oh, damn, like, really? And I knew he was doing that to trigger her. But let me tell you something. She got him together, child. She got his ass together. And she made it very known that she was not going to allow the Donat to talk crazy to her, because Donat talks crazy to other people. So then it goes on to where, like, Donat jumps on camera because she kept calling him, I think, I might get it wrong, girl, so excuse me, but I know you call him bird chest cage baby. I don't girl, I don't know. I should have wrote that down, because you do call him that quite, and I get a little tickle out of that. Donat jumps on camera to show his body, to show he ain't got no bird chest. I'm just like, child, I noticed on this internet, once you call somebody out about something, they have to jump on camera or something to prove. I don't know. So then it goes on to where Stephanie is an ex-mod of Denats. And she jumps on the panel, right? And she just goes on to explain to how, as though she feel like people should just leave Denat alone. Don't say nothing to him. Don't drop down in chats, because if you do, he loses his temper over the most littlest things. And then what he does is he makes fun of people. He attacks people. He, put their picture on thumbnails. And she was just like letting people know just at this point, because he does too much. That's what I took from it. That's exactly what I took from it. I took that he does too much to leave his ass alone, ebonically speaking. Now, we learned that Stephanie, well, not learned, but Stephanie is a white woman. And I'm bringing this up for a reason, of course, because of Denat, right? So then Denat hits the panel. And, AT2 is like, do you want to be up here with him? She's like, look, I really don't want to argue. And Denat's like, I'm not going to argue with you. He jumps on a panel, and then he pretty much just goes on about accusing her of like her and the other mods, because he got rid of all his mods. If you didn't know, they was restricting his platform, his words not mine, and they was erasing his videos, his words not mine. And due to her being white, that she should stay out of black men business, and that she needs to stop trying to be a white saber. His words, not mine. Okay. And I'm just like, at this point, I don't think her being white has anything to do with it. I just think, if I'm going to assess this correctly, Denat, he do flip out like very easily. And now he's like super freaking calm, and it's like eerie calm. And it's like everyone hates Denat. That's how he's coming off, and that like everybody hates him because he's just this amazing person. Which I don't think he realized how he has came into YouTube, like bombarding and being aggressive and just being very hungry for whatever it is he's going for. And it left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. It did. So now, honey, we about to get into the juice of it. Oh, okay. So at the 1 hour, 37-minute mark and 59 seconds, right? After Stephanie and Denat has a conversation, and it's not really a conversation, but it's about the whole, like, how he was like, I agree, you should tell you, I agree with your message that people should leave me alone. I guess Denat started getting in his feelings, child, and he hits AT2 with like, you know what, AT2? After this, he goes, I'm going to delete your number, and there's no beef. And as far as I'm concerned, we're not going to be friends in real life or on YouTube. And baby AT2 calmly looked into that camera and said, okay. He didn't have an emotion. He didn't have a look, child. He just said, okay. Okay. And so he just dropped. Denat's gone. All right. So then, y'all know what I'm about to say, right? Jaguar, right? Jumps on the panel, child. She just had to find a way to get herself involved in the madness, because she had nothing to do with it at all. She just came out of nowhere, jumped on the panel, and you know who she got to talking about first, right? Kimmy. Kimmy. So Jag gets up here, right? And she automatically starts talking about Kimmy. She goes to say that Kimmy called BB Films and called up there lying about SIPP and her, and how she was pretty much trying to ruin, I guess, her business partnership with BB Films. And I'm like, girl, we don't care. We really just don't care. Like, the obsession, we all know once Jag falls out with you, she gets obsessed about you, and then everything is about you for the next couple months until she finds a new victim to parasite off of, pretty much. So then Jag just like, baby, Jag was jagging today. Okay, she was jagging. So then Jag calls out DJ EQ. Now we learned that DJ EQ is Talib Kweli's wife, and Jag knows her from the industry, and pretty much was saying how like her husband wanted to F Jag, and how she F'd her husband better than her. And baby, how DJ EQ answered in the chat had me gagged and laughing. She said all them S's. Baby, when Jag, I don't know, since she got that list, when Jag says those S's, baby, they strong. They real strong. I was like, get a girl. So then as Jag goes on her rant, and then she drops, right? Because she was doing this like marathon that I'm pretty sure nobody was really watching. DJ EQ hits the panel and she just pretty much discussed like how, you know, she's in the industry still, she's still working with people, and how it's sad, you know, when she do talk to people in the industry about Jag, is, you know, it's sad and they pretty much think she's crazy, right? And then she goes to say, yeah, I've spoken with Diddy. She said this, I've spoken with Diddy and Jay-Z. The things that she say about them aren't true. I digress with that because when Cassie came out and we read them papers, a lot of it kind of aligned to what Jag said. Now, y'all know, I think Jag is one of the biggest liars, but she did hit some points. So I'm not going too far with that one, but she was pretty much saying like how everybody feels sorry for her. You know, she's broke, she ain't got no money, and she's out here having sex with these men and she ain't getting no money from them, and how pretty much they laugh at her ass. And the reason why Jag hasn't been sued for any of the things that she has said is because they're not true. That we could disagree on, but we'll leave that there. So then she eventually leaves, and baby, this is when it pumps up. Okay? Kulu hits the panel. And he just started a whole nother chain of events of shit to happen, right? So Kulu hits the panel at the 2 hour, 7 minute, and 2 second minute mark. And he pretty much was like, his words, not mine. He had Crybaby Simp lied about what he said about Nomad's daughter. So now what he's doing, because he states he's had issues with Nomad in the past too, but you know, he heard the audio and Nomad did call. Now as he called the baby a Muppet. But what SIPP said is he did not call SIPP's daughter a monkey baby or a Muppet. It was Nomad Journey he was calling the Muppet to. But Kulu's up there like, no, I heard it. You called his daughter that. You lied pretty much, baby. And he talked about he heard the audio, and then he goes to say, child, if he does not get an apology from Kat and SIPP, he's going to be on SIPP's ass. This is literally verbatim. Then he goes to say that if he thought his mom being posted was bad, that I guess he's going to post some things about him that would literally verbatim, he said, will have him crying for the next year. And why did he say that, baby? Because then it jumps right over. As soon as AT2 ended that live, baby, Kat Medusa was live. SIPP jumped on the panel, baby, and it turned to straight up, baby, gangbanger central. I said it because it did, and I was there for all of it. And I think that dude Kulu got a thing for death because he playing a little too much. So now we're going to go into Cats. So as I'm sitting in Cats, she automatically starts it. SIPP jumps up there and they start talking about Nomad, right? So she just going in like, look, like, I don't know why he keeps coming at me. I don't know why. And Nomad keeps saying like his issue really is with Kat. It has nothing to do with SIPP, but he keeps addressing SIPP. Here's my thing. I'm not understanding why these men are attacking Kat, right? All the people in the sector and on YouTube, and it's like they're aiming directly at her. And I feel like they may be a little crazy because maybe they like to test her because of like, you know, her background of like where she's from, or they just feel like it's easy to come at her, or I'm not sure. I think it's a little strange that men are like coming at a woman so much, because if you don't know, Kat is affiliated through her father to a gang in Chicago. Now, maybe some of y'all don't believe it. Maybe some of y'all do and y'all don't care. But let me clarify something. It's real. How do I know? My best friend in Chicago who lives in Roseland, and he's a Black Stone, I did ask him some questions. And her father is very highly respected in Chicago. I mean, through almost all the gangs. So like he is a legend, which means she is like a legend's child, you know, a dynasty in Chicago, whether you care or not. It is real. So I'm not understanding how these men that knows this woman's background keep attacking her verbally, right, baby? Let me just get into these notes, okay? So then after they discuss the whole like the reason why they bring up the nomad in the because Kulu, right? So now they goes to say Kat's pissed. She's like, he threatened me. Now let me say this from my perspective, because I was in both lives. When Kulu threatened Kat and SIPP, it was not a physical threat, right? It was a virtual threat. It was like pretty much, I got some information and I'm going to put it out. I'm going to dox you and it's going to be devastating. Like Kulu says that, right? We don't know. But you really can't tell a person how to take a threat, because Kat and SIPP took that as like a physical threat. This, I'm gonna be honest, you could tell they're not really like part of the YouTube culture, because they would not have taken it that way. And they took it that way. And when I say they took it that way, they took that shit all the way there. Okay? All the way there. So it goes on to where she's just like, you know what I'm saying? You threaten me. I don't know if you know who this is. And then SIPP comes up to say, I quote him, a quiet SIPP is a dangerous SIPP, child. That's what he said. Because I guess SIPP been a little quiet. He's like, y'all can say I cry, y'all can whatever, I don't care, but please don't let me cry and have y'all thinking I'm some punk ass bitch. His words, right? I'm just listening. Right? So I'm like, oh shit. So then Kat actually starts like saying, I'm gonna call some people. So she goes quiet for a minute. She comes back. I'm like, child, she making calls. And next thing you know, this guy hits the panel, which I believe is from Chicago, and he's a part of the affiliation of what her father started. And he pretty much up there, and he letting it be known, like, you're not gonna be threatening no woman. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be up here. And the dude Kulu, I think the man got a death wish. But this internet just got people feeling really safe when they're not, because he gets to like bring them and come and like, you could come, I don't care, like do your best. And I'm in the chat like, no, like, bro, you got a death wish? Like, you don't invite them to you. Like, yo, for real. If he was close by, they would have showed up. I'm telling you this. If that fool was around the corner, they would have showed up and we would have witnessed it all. Anyway, I digress. So then the live goes on to where, oh God, Lord Jesus. Jag hits the panel. Again, she intervened. I mean, I know this is her arena, but child, like, she just wants to be heard and known. So she gets up there and she starts rah and start, you know how she makes her, and you know what I will do. And I'm just sitting here like, Jag, we just couldn't get a Kat and SIPP, could we? We had to get a Kat, SIPP, and Jag. I ain't gonna lie. I like when Kat and SIPP is on a panel. Okay, I'm gonna be messy. This got nothing to do with Kat per se, but I noticed SIPP laughs at Kat's joke, but I don't hear, like, today was the first time I actually heard SIPP laugh. When he's with Jag, all I hear is, yeah. What? Huh? I swear. So that was different. And so Jag takes her ass up there. She's screaming and hollering. She's making threats. Newsflash. Yeah, don't do any criminal activity around Jaguar, right? She will get your asses in trouble and probably locked up by the feds. I'm just saying. Because Jag don't know how to keep quiet. She lies and she exaggerates. She's like a fucking chameleon. Like, whatever environment she in, she blends into to try to act like, and we all know Jag ain't really about that life. Come Come on, girl, cut it out. You need to cut it. Your price is way too high. You need to cut it anyway. So SIPP starts yelling at Jag, y'all, and he like, "Hey, yo, chill, cut that shit out, bro." And like, I'm like, keep him, Jag, because he literally the only freaking one who can get her to shut up. Like, he started putting some bass in his voice, and Jag over there like, just like that. I said, about damn time. Okay, so I'm gonna play a video of Jag on his panel, and when I said I laughed like for 30 minutes straight, because Jag just do the most. Okay, so let me go ahead and play this audio.
I'm like, oh, somebody what you done to me, pussy. Wait till you see what the fuck I do to you.
The fuck?
Stupid ass.
Brad,
nah, nigga, what? Nah, nigga. Like, bro, like, come on, man.
I'm like, oh,
somebody what you done to me, pussy. Wait till you see what the fuck I do to you.
The fuck?
Stupid ass.
Brad,
nah, nigga, what? Nah, nigga. Like, bro, like, come on, man.
So I'm hoping you heard it, but my Wi-Fi is acting weird. So hopefully I got that. But yeah, so I laughed for like 30 minutes straight because I'm like, what the hell? Like, are you serious right now? Like, Jag got up there and did all that. Like, even they had to laugh. Even they had to laugh, man. I'm like, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. So then we go on to where somebody named Knockout Media, right? I've heard of him. I've seen him on Jag's panel. He hits the panel and he just goes and straight asks SIPP, like, do you own a Desert Eagle pump shotgun? And Jag just blurts the fuck out, yeah, we own 15 of them. And I'm like, girl, you lie. You lying. And this is what I mean by like, don't do no dirt with Jag. Because if that was true, now we all know. Yeah, she's a horrible criminal. Horrible. Yeah, I don't think it's too smart to threaten someone's life on the internet too, you guys. I just think you should say, sometimes it's good and it's best to move like ghosts and less like Tommy. Just my advice. So then pretty much this guy Knockout, like, it was funny because SIPP was like, I don't know who you are. And the dude Knockout Media was like, oh, well, you know, everybody kind of knows who I am. Like, you know, I got some numbers. And SIPP like, nah, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, I just never heard of you. And the dude Knockout Media like, well, yeah, I'm pretty known, you know. And I'm just like, yo, he did not like the fact that SIPP was like, who are you? And I'm like, this YouTube stuff be getting to people's heads. So he just goes on and then he hits Jag, the Knockout Media guy hits Jag with the whole, well, you know, in some audio, you said that Jag mentioned someone got shot with like a Desert Eagle shotgun and Jag got frazzled. Like, she got really frazzled, child. Really, really, really frazzled. And, you know, that's a conversation that was not supposed to be out. And I'm like, girl, like, she thinks people's chasing her. Like, no. So then pretty much, Jag finally comes out. This is my last note. And she says that she lied about getting a hysterectomy because Goomba was shooting blanks. That's what she said. She lied about a hysterectomy because Goomba was shooting blanks, child. That was today. That was all today. That all happened today. So let me just give you my, because it's 30 minutes in, let me just give you my overall. Today was lit. I enjoyed it. It got me through my day. I got through my work a lot faster. I would definitely say, yeah, AT2. Maybe going forward now, you know that a friendship with Denat is just unlikely, hun. It just is. I just feel like, I know you tried, and there's nothing wrong with trying and forgiving, but yeah, that's not it. And then the whole situation, this Kulu dude, I've seen him around. I've seen him on panels. Let me just say, it's some people out here that's just not wrapped too tight. I'm just gonna say, because I really didn't understand why he got so involved in the whole situation with them. Like and that's what everybody was saying. Like, how is he even in this? Like, no one was talking to him. But I feel like Kulu saw an opportunity because Nomad, and I think he just saw it as like they teamed up, because they was like, when the hell did these two become cool? Because they've had their beef. I just really think that maybe they want the attention. Maybe they see like everybody over here and people getting numbers, and maybe they're feeling left out. So I guess they figure if they start beef with the closest thing to Jag, which is her camp, her new camp, because Jag switched a new camp like every couple months, like a motherfucker changed the oil in their car. She had the whole Kimmy in them, and now she over here with Kat in them. So we'll see how long that lasts, because Jag can't keep a group for nothing. But overall, it was a pretty good day. It was a lot of funny shit. It was hilarious. See? Here we go. Look, guys, look.
I'm like,
do to
oh, no, I
somebody
felt
what you
threatened.
done to me, pussy. Wait till you see what the fuck I do to you.
The fuck?
Stupid
Shut up,
ass.
y'all boys.
Brad,
Nah, nigga, what?
faggot.
Nah, nigga, like, bro, like, come on, man.
All right, one more time, guys, before we go. One more time. We got to do it one more time.
I'm like,
do to
oh, no, I
somebody
felt
what you
threatened.
done to me, pussy. Wait till you see what the fuck I do to you.
The fuck?
Stupid
Shut up,
ass.
y'all boys.
Brad,
Nah, nigga, what?
faggot.
Nah, nigga, like, bro, like, come on, man.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was today. I really hope y'all made it through. I thank y'all so much. Tonight was a rough night. Tonight was a rough night recording. I hope everything got through. But if you made it to the end, you're a real one. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comment section. Have y'all been keeping up? Have y'all seen everything that's been happening? If you did, what's your thoughts? I definitely don't want to see nobody get hurt. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to nobody, no matter how annoying they are. It is YouTube. It is the internet. It do not have to go off internet, but you cannot tell a person how to respond to a threat. And so there we have it. AT2 and they're no longer friends. And Kulu is has a death wish, clearly. So if you definitely hung in there, thank you. I hope everyone have a great rest of their day. And you know how we do over here. Smooches.